Good afternoon here on KM Activities, your home for the Comets. And normally, Wednesday is my interview day. We're actually switching things up, and we'll probably do this maybe on a weekly basis. I don't know. We're going to try. I don't want to bother Michelle Lindquist that often with emails. I'm Joel McCall. Sitting across from me is Brianna Haala. She is a senior with the Kasson School District. And for most part, on Wednesdays, we always talk about athletics. That's why on Mondays we're trying to switch to more educational interviews. Not to say that you're not in athletics, because I know that you are. But Brianna, how was today at school?
It was good. We heard that we might possibly be switching models, learning models. So that's always in the back of our minds. We're always thinking about if we're gonna be coming back and if we're gonna see our friends today. Did they get sent home? So it was good. But
Has it been stressful? I mean, to the point, not like overly stressful, but I'm sure that, as you said, it's in that back of your mind of what will the school district do? What do we need to do as students as well? Are you guys always talking about that too?
yeah, it's a little stressful. I mean, we're always scared like one of our friends is gonna get sent home, or maybe we're gonna get sent home. And especially as seniors, it's hard seeing your friends or even you get sent home possibly. So
For sure. And yeah, I know you guys have to practice all the social distancing as well, even at school, and they're doing that with lunches. They've been really good at the lunches. The kids do have masks on while they're in classes too, so they are trying to do all the right things. We're disinfecting stuff. Teachers are. I'm a classroom supervisor, so we're all trying to do the right things to keep you guys at the high school as much as possible. And why we have Brianna on is not to talk about social distancing. I think everybody's probably tired of hearing about that. She is the president of the FCCLA Chapter for the Kasson School District. So tell me about how you were elected as president, first of all. How'd you get this big role?
so last year as a junior, I ran for chapter office and I got elected president elect. So basically vice president too. So then this year I kind of automatically got moved into the president position.
Is that
So
standard?
yes, they just started that a couple years ago where they'll have a president elect and then they'll move into the president
So already
spot.
there'll be a junior that already knows they're president next year?
Yep. So this year Hannah Hoff is our president elect. So she'll be the president next year.
Okay, perfect. Well, you had it on your phone just a little bit ago. I tested
Yes.
her off the air about if she would remember the members of the cabinet. Then she told me there was 12. Well, I felt a little bad saying, well, you have to come up with those all on your own. But you do know the members for the FCCLA chapter cabinet, right? You have those with you?
Yes,
Go ahead. You get
I
those
can
out.
rattle them off
All right.
to you. So I am the president, and then as I said, Hannah Hoff is our president elect, and then Taylor Ludvigson, who is also a senior, is our secretary, and then Carly Kaler is a senior, who is our treasurer. We have our vice president of public relations, which is Lizzie Johnson, a junior. Vice president of membership is Kylie McNeil. Vice President of Competitive Events is Rachel Schultz. And then we have four area representatives, Emma Arsbold, Myra Kaler, Ethan Petersley, and Maddie Larson. And then we have a state representative, Katie Harfman. And then as of today, we do have two ninth grade representatives as well. So
That's a
there's a
lot of
bunch of us.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say that's a lot of people. I talked to Lizzie earlier in the year about soccer. We did get on to FCCLA a little bit because I asked her about the other organizations. As president, what is your main duties for the FCCLA?
my main job is to work with my team to organize all of the events that we do, get them organized into like subcommittees. We have people organizing like our food drive and Halloween safety, and then I don't know, just kind of be the leader in our group.
How often do you meet?
So as an officer team, we usually meet once a week, and then we've had two meetings with our chapter so far this year. We usually are going to try to meet once a month, so
Okay.
we'll see.
Is there a way that students can still join the FCCLA, or is that out?
Yes, we're always welcoming new people. So if you ever want to join, let us know.
Yeah. Who would they contact for that? You, or would
You
they go to
could
one
come
of the
to
office?
me, or you could come to Mrs. Lindquist is our main advisor, and Mrs. Hoff is also one of our advisors. So
Well, it sounds like such a great organization with some great people. I've met quite a few of you now. Katie was another one that I spoke with last year. How about goals for the year? As the FCCLA, you guys lay out like goals for an entire year?
we normally have pretty straightforward goals, but with everything going on right now, we're kind of, I mean, we're trying to plan for what we normally do, but everything is kind of up in the air. So we're just trying to do as best we can with the circumstances we're given. So we're still going to want to do the food drive, Halloween safety, Comets versus Cancer. Um, like as a chapter, we want to increase our membership. It's been down the past few years, so we're trying to get that up. But otherwise, we're just trying to make the most of the situation we're in this year.
Yeah, for sure. Adapt. I think that is one thing that the students have probably done better than the adults. You guys seem to adapt. You know the situation. You know you take a curveball or two, and you guys run with it, and it's very admirable to see because it is difficult times.
Yes, definitely. We're trying to be adaptable to the situation so that we can still do what we normally do, but be mindful of what's going on outside.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know that you have activities right now. Then you're just starting the food drive. Tell me about because this is kind of one of the bigger ones, right, of the
Yep,
year.
the food drive is one of our main events. We just had a meeting last week with everyone that decided to be on the food drive committee. We normally have a pet fest and go to the elementary school and do cheers with them and get them all excited about it. But obviously, it's gonna have to be a little different this year. So we're trying to brainstorm. We might make a virtual video to show at each different school, and how can we maybe incorporate bridge and do like a bridge competition between those groups. So I think it's gonna be in October. We don't have the date 100% finalized yet, but we've got committees for each of the school buildings that are working on getting that all planned out.
There was an email sent out, and I think this was just the staff. I don't know, but it was like um, food drive bingo. Is that something that is out there for the public to see as well? So it kind of tells them what you need to or what they can donate.
Yeah, so one of our ideas for the high school is to have a bingo sheet for each bridge, and then it will have like specific food items on it. And then once that bridge has like brought in enough of those items to make a bingo, then they'll get a prize or a breakfast for their bridge or something fun like that. So
Now, what happens if one individual does it? Because I already told you that I want to hit a home run with this thing. So, and I don't cover bridge, so you'd have to come up with some pretty weird. I don't know. Just got to be an odd prize. It's only
yeah,
one person.
we'll have to figure out the logistics of that type of thing, but we're happy with all the food we can get. So
For
if
sure.
one person gets all the bingos, that works.
Through the FCCLA, what have you learned? Because I take it you've been in this organization all the way through high school.
Yep, I started as a freshman and now I'm a senior. So I've learned, especially as an officer, how to work with others and just adapt to things, especially with the current situation, adapt with everything going on. I've also learned a lot of time management skills. There's a lot of extra tasks and stuff that I have to get done along with academics and sports and stuff. And then also communication skills, communicating with my partner when we do star events, my advisor, working with my officer team. So communication has also been really important.
Did you know when you were eighth grader that you were going to join the organization?
Yeah, I had a little bit of an interest, and I had seen like high schoolers that were in it. So I didn't know that I would, become an officer or anything like that, but I definitely wanted to join and be involved
Yeah.
when I got to high school.
What was the reason you gravitated towards it?
I saw all the community service that they were doing, and I just thought that it would be a really great club to join because of that.
Yeah, for sure. Giving back. I think that's what you guys do the best. All right. Well, tell me about other groups, sports organizations you are with, because I know it's not just FCCLA.
Yep, so I'm also in basketball. I'm on student council. I'm a big sister for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'm in Link Crew, Minnesota Honor Society. I think that covers all of it.
Minnesota Honor Society. What is that?
It's a group where you're selected by your teachers here. It's like a academic recognition type of a program. You also do community service projects for that too. So.
Okay. And I know you mentioned that you're on the student council. How have you guys started to prepare for homecoming and whatnot? Because I know that's coming up.
Yep. So we've had one meeting for student council so far to plan homecoming. We've got our dress up days decided. We I made the ballot for homecoming. We're trying to plan um, like fun activities that we can still do during the week. We have to replace the volleyball like power puff that we normally do, or might do a soccer game outside instead. So we're still brainstorming, especially we're kind of up in the air with what learning model we'll be in at that point. So
Right. Yeah, that's next week. Homecoming will be
yeah.
next week. And if you follow the KM, I think it's like Performing Arts
Hmm.
channel, you can go back and you can hear who has all been decided for the King and Queen nominations. So I
Yep.
will not have you run through those, Brianna. I promise.
Okay.
Tell me about your family. I want to know a little bit more about you.
So my parents are Brent and Pam. He is a FIA teacher at Triton at the elementary school, and then my mom is a nurse practitioner at Mayo. And then I have an older brother named Alex. He is a junior at South Dakota State University. So
Okay. What's he majoring in?
he's studying agriculture.
Well, that okay. So
So
that leads me right into your future plans. Then you are a senior. You'll be graduating in May. So tell me about what you believe is going to happen in your future.
I'm still a little undecided. I have my applications in for the colleges that I want to go to. So hopefully my top ones will work out. I'm undecided on a major. I'm thinking business route. I like numbers, so maybe like finance or accounting, but I don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
Don't
So
want to run into that agriculture like your brother.
no, I definitely can tell you I won't be doing that.
Well, perfect. If anybody wants more information about the FCCLA, and if they want to certainly help out with the food drive, who can they get a hold of? Do you guys have a web page or a Facebook page or anything like that?
We have a Twitter account where you can find a lot of information on that. Otherwise, come into Mrs. Lindquist's room. She will provide you with all the information. We have a Google Classroom and Remind specifically like if you're already in FCCLA. Otherwise, you can find me or one of the other officers that I mentioned, and we'll for sure get you joined. So
Mrs. Lindquist is the best when it comes to organization, and I think she's just an encyclopedia. What the heck happens
for
all
sure,
over this high school? So
yeah, we definitely appreciate her. She does a lot for us. So
yes, she does. Well, Brianna, thank you so much for stopping by. I had to build the equipment up here real fast for her, and now she can go home finally. I'll let you
yes,
leave. And then again, we'll continue some of this stuff for educational interviews. We're going to try and do this maybe every other Monday. I'm going to be getting a hold of Mrs. Lindquist again, and we'll certainly be doing more of these. Wednesday will be more athlete interviews. Sandwiched in between that is girls soccer. So we'll cover Kasson taking on Byron over in Byron tomorrow night. I think it's a 7 o'clock start, and I'll cover that one for you. And then interviews Wednesday. Cross country is Thursday, and I'll take a day off on Friday. Brianna Haala, thank you very much. I'm Joel McCall. Thank you for tuning in here on KM Activities, your home for the Comets.